Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, which is what it is here in Sarasota, Florida. Wherever you may be across the planet, around the world, let me know where you're from. I know we have a number of people that are checking in all over the United States as well as all over the world. My name's Greg from in5d.com, in5d.net, Quantum Tie-Dye, Zentasia.com. Got a number of websites that you can visit. Everything on my websites are free. Got over 6,000 articles on in5d. Free. So, yeah, check that out. There's a search bar on in5d. Use it. You can literally look up almost any topic within this genre and find something in there. Spend hours in there. It's all free. So yeah, got that going. Hi to Shannon, first one jumping in the chat. How are you? Joining us on YouTube. So I'm just coming on a little early. Allie and I will be coming on in about 30 minutes or so for our global predictions. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we'll be switching over to Rumble for our live and uncensored chat. Oh, this water is so good. I bought this water at Aldi's. When I had money, I used to buy Alkalife 10 pH water. And it was delicious. It almost had like this almost sweet taste to it. And I loved it. Can't afford it now. That's why I buy this water. And I know people will give me shit about, oh, you shouldn't be drinking out of plastic and so on. But it only costs maybe $3.75, $3.80 at Aldi's. And it's got that sweet taste to it that the high alkaline water Alkalife has. It's really delicious. So I enjoy this water. I had some leftover Fiji from, I don't know, a while ago. Probably should have threw it away because it was sitting around for so long, but it tastes better than Fiji. Did you guys ever do that Fiji challenge where you put a bottle of Fiji into the freezer and then the following day you take it out and shake it? Because at the time it should still look like liquid, but you shake it and it freezes up before your eyes. I've seen that happen on video, so I'm not sure if there was any video editing, and I've heard that is real. Haven't tried it myself. Starfeather says, oh, thank you, Star and Shannon. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hi, Claudette. How are you? Yeah, this shirt, as a matter of fact, I just put this one out. It's called Bubblegum Blast. And it's been a while since I started making shirts again because I've been so busy elsewhere. But I'll put a link in the chat for it right now. And this is what the ladies' version looks like. Here's the ladies' V-neck. So that looks pretty hot. So we got the hot pink and the black. It's called Bubblegum Blast. And the ones over here, these are Earth and Sky. I haven't put them out yet. I'll be putting them out in the next couple days. But these, I just love those colors together. A long time ago, probably 20 years ago, I bought a tie-dye t-shirt. Could have been longer. But I bought this tie-dye t-shirt that was these colors. And it was my favorite tie-dye t-shirt. Because I really, despite being an air element, triple Libra, I love the earth and the sky elements. You know, I guess the sky would be air, right? but the earth as well to go along with it. And I just always dug those colors. And I thought, someday I'm going to make that into a shirt. And what I'm doing differently now, I put a bunch of shirts on sale, and they were basically the older kind of, I've got a shirt here. The spirals are more tighter on the older shirts. And with these, it looks more like a Fibonacci sequence. It's got that Fibonacci spiral going to it. So I'm switching over to this kind of style shirt. I just totally dig it. I like the way it looks. It's like, and not many people are doing this kind of tie-dye. I don't know anyone that's, because when you see tie-dyes, they're traditionally looking like that. And maybe you can't tell the difference, but I can. And you should be able to anyway. But yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. And I just like the way it's more open and full, and it's got that Fibonacci kind of spiral going to it. And I just resonate with that. So yeah, there's a link in the chat. Go visit in5d.net. Oh, also to our friends overseas, I know that some people had issues ordering only overseas, which was weird. And this woman, Kathy, contacted me from Australia like a few days ago. Not like a few days ago, a few days ago. Actually, that's one of the situations where like is appropriate, because it's saying about 3 days ago, which it was about 3 days ago. But she contacted me from Australia and said that she was trying to order some in5D quantum tie-dye t-shirts, and it was saying no shipping options available. I thought that's odd, because I've been shipping out to the United States, no problems. And I found that there was a plugin that was incompatible with my shipping plugin, and it only interfered with foreign zip codes. So Australia has a 4-digit zip code, and it wasn't accepting that. But I got that fixed, and everything's good to go. So if you're watching from overseas, we're good. Feel free to visit in5d.net and get your shirts. Let's see, who do we have here as well? So yeah, Shannon was the first one in, Starfeather and Claudette. Hi to Walter. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Cindy. Oh, thank you. I'm doing good on the diet. I started the keto diet on January 1st, and I've kept it under 200. Once I got under 200, I said, you know what? I'm not going to try to get to 189. If I get there, so be it. That's fine. But I'm going to enjoy some of the things that I enjoyed before the diet. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was milk. I'm a milkaholic. I love milk. And I bought milk. And I went through a gallon last week, and I went through like half a gallon this week so far. I figured out that even if you're on the keto diet, you can have up to, for example, somebody my stature, I've got broad shoulders, I'm 5'10". I used to be 5'11". I'm shrinking. But I figured out that somebody of my height and weight and bone structure can have approximately 50 grams of carbs every day. And I thought, I don't have hardly any carbs. I have like some eggs. I have some eggs for breakfast, and then try to eat something reasonable for dinner. And usually neither of those contain carbs. So why can't I have a little milk? And I thought, okay, I'm not chugging a 16-ounce glass like I used to when I used to drink milk. But it's oh God, I'll just have like a tiny little, 4-ounce, 6-ounce swig of milk. it just makes me feel so good. I'm like, I'll drink it down. Like somebody that had like a shot of whiskey. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, that milk's good stuff. I love milk. So I treated myself to that. Outside of that, I've really kept pretty strict to the keto diet. And I'm hanging out. Let's see what I think today I was like 199.1. Let's check out my 199.3. So I'm good with that. What else? Yeah. So anyway, this one is called Earth and Sky. I'll be putting that up in the next couple days on in5d.net. Check that out. I want to thank all of those people who have visited our in5d Etsy shop. And I greatly appreciate anyone that helps to support this channel. Because I everything I do on my websites, I put so much stuff out there, and it's free. Like I said, I've got over 6,000 articles on in5d. You can search, and it's all free. So I got to find ways to support myself, and I can't feel badly about promoting my t-shirts and the Etsy shop because it's some cool stuff. It's great merch, especially the t-shirts, because when I use specific dyes, I put the gemstones in there, all the chakra dyes. Like that, the blue on this is the throat chakra, and I put 2 different gemstones into the chakra dye. And then I sprinkle 99.9% quartz crystal sand. I just happen to have some inside as well. And then that supercharges the gemstones that are in the shirt. That's why it's an in5d quantum tie-dye t-shirt. And before I sent them out, I always sprinkle them with some additional 99.9% quartz crystal sand from Siesta Key Beach. So if you open up your package and a little sand comes out, that's what it is. It's the Atlantis sand. Try to find another beach that has 99.9% quartz crystal sand. It's my belief that Siesta Key here in Sarasota was part of Atlantis. And when you go to the beach at night, you'll see the entire beach lined up with people. And I always think, I wonder if they're all Atlanteans trying to remember their past. See, I've had 2 past lives in Atlantis. I had one with Allie. My first one, I was a sculptor when Atlantis was flourishing. I wasn't just a sculptor, I was an artist. I did all sorts of beautiful artwork. And it was a beautiful time to be in Atlantis. But, as you guys know, you, me, and everybody, we've all had some past lives that were not so good. That we've been the best of the best and the worst of the worst. And one of my past lives, at the end of Atlantis, I was not good. And Ellie and I both went down with Atlantis. I was a scientist in charge of the genetic modification of plants, animals, and insects. And I made some of the most hideous creations. And I remember as Atlantis was sinking, and I'm sinking with it, right? I'm underwater. I can see my creations sinking with me. I guess I can take off the Psychic Alley banner. But I could see my creations sinking with me. And I thought to myself, we can't let this happen again. But look around with all the cloning and everything. It's happening right now. It's still happening. I'm not part of it, but I was in the past in Atlantis. Go for the raw milk. I should. There's a place that sells it here, Detweiler's. It's a local family grocery store. I would dig that. Oh, and there you have it. Cindy, yeah, from Venice, right? Detweiler's has raw milk. Yep. Yep. I love Detweiler's. Hi to Paula. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Claudette, for promoting N5D Quantum Tie-Dye t-shirts. Appreciate that. Aw, thank you, Susie. I know you've bought a number of them, as well as recently shopped from the N5D Etsy shop. So thank you, Susie. Cindy says, I will never reincarnate in an evil world again. I think we all said that in our previous lifetimes. You know what? They kind of talk us into coming back. They're like, well, you got some unfinished business here. And after you do your life review and you see your life through other people's eyes, you want to atone for. And there's so many things that we've all been idiots and a-holes over and for in this life without even realizing it. You might cut someone off in traffic, right? Piss them off, ruin their entire day because of something you did that you might not have been aware of. I kind of think that everybody that we come in touch with is someone that we perhaps had already made some kind of soul contract with. It could be a cashier at a grocery store. It could be a waiter at a restaurant. And you might only come into contact with them for that one brief interaction. But that was part of your life contract, your soul contract. And that's so true, Claudette. That's the importance of astrology, is learning through the cycles of time. They repeat themselves. What have we learned? Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Mom. You're up awfully late. Allie's mother. I remember getting a vision of you and Allie not being too nice in Atlantis. And I was afraid to tell you both. We already know about it, Mom. My vision was just after you found each other, so I didn't want to sound negative. No, we accept that. We know that we didn't lead great lives in Atlantis. And maybe that's why we're atoning for it here. But no, I'd like to hear more about that, Mom. Hi to Deb. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Allie's going to be coming on in about 15 minutes. I thought I'd just pop in real quick and say hi to everyone. I had nothing planned this evening, and I know I was talking early last week. I got on a little early before Allie. She was running late, but now the daylight saving has occurred in England. We're back to our 5-hour difference, so there shouldn't be any time differential issues with Allie. But there was last week, and she overslept a little, and so I got on and I talked about initially filler words of like, and I was mentioning how the one word like is being so overused right now. But there are times where, I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, where you can get away with saying like, and it makes sense. I went to the beach and there was like 20 people there. That's okay, because you're approximating. You're saying, and there was about 20 people there. But I went to like the library is not a good example. And you didn't go to like the library. You went to the library. Yeah. I bought some salad dressing today. I've been having, because I'm on keto, I've been having ranch dressing because it's keto friendly. But I found some poppy seed zero net carb poppy seed dressing, and I had that tonight with cucumbers, and it was delicious. I loved it. And I also found a low carb Thousand Island dressing, so I'm looking forward to having that as well. Some of the simple things that we get excited over: salad dressing, finding a good one, makes me happy. I heard that the feds plan on cutting the rates 3 times in the upcoming year. And in ways that can be good, in ways that it's going to suck. It could increase spending overall, which is, I guess, good. Consumer spending. It will probably lower the interest rates on loans, but it will probably also contribute to hyperinflation, which we're at right now, and it's getting out of hand here in the United States. It really is. It's crazy. In California, they just made minimum wage $20 an hour. And sure as shit, somebody posted a picture on X of the menu at this drive-thru yesterday, or on the 31st, and then a picture today, and you can see how they jacked all the prices up. So yeah, minimum wages went up in California to $20 an hour, but everything's costing you a hell of a lot more, and they plan on bumping it to $25 an hour in the next 2 years, I believe. It's not the answer. Actually, the answer is moving away completely from money. And there are ways to do that. Michael Tellinger was promoting the Ubuntu Society. Jacques Fresco has shown us through the Venus Project ways that we can live in abundance, everyone, without the need for money. And I'm with that. I'm down on that. I agree. I've often asked people, if there was no such thing as money, what would you be doing with your life? I'll put it out there for everyone that's in the chat. If there was no such thing as money, what would you do with your life? And it gives you a different perspective. And especially for the kids, if you're in your teens or, late teens, early 20s, it'll give you an idea of what your true life purpose might be. I asked my father, and he said he would be a farmer. I'm like, yeah, I definitely dig that. I asked my mother, and she didn't get it. She just doesn't understand. She's like, that's preposterous. What do you mean if there was no such thing as money? She wouldn't even answer. I said, just hypothetically. She wouldn't answer. She's a type A control freak. I love her. That's the way she is, and I accept that. My answer? I would also be a farmer. What I would do, it wouldn't necessarily be like the farmer kind of person. I would have an orchard with fruit. And I'd put a sign out front, help yourself. And if you know someone that's hungry, grab a little extra for them too. And I would also work with some kind of school. I'd want to work with children because I was a child and family therapist for at-risk youth. I love working with children. I love psychology. But I'd like to work with children in helping them cultivate their true purpose for being here and just introduce them to different things. Start out, of course, metaphysically, meditation, ways of accessing your higher self, but also build around their interests and see what direction they want to go without forcing them in any direction themselves. It'll ultimately be their decision, but just introduce them to different ideas and see where they want to take it. And they'll figure it out. Cindy says, I love Florida and your videos helped me decide to move here. Oh, awesome. I love Venice. Venice is cool. I have a cardiologist down there after my heart attack or quadruple bypass. It's the little things that bring us joy. Yeah. Truly good food, etc. Yeah, totally down with that. Ascension is near, then no money. Bring it on. Inflation to justify $25 an hour, no one wins. Yeah. Bartering. Yep. You're right, Tracy. Thank you. I live in Sarasota. I should have leather-like skin. I turned 64 in October, and still hanging in there. But thank you. I appreciate that. It might be from my 40 some odd years in upstate New York and having alabaster skin for 40 years. You know, Susie, you would get tired of traveling. Eventually, you'd see every place there was to see 5 times over, and you'd want to do something. And that's what it boils down to. Yeah, Jung is fascinating. Yeah, I have some great articles and videos from Carl Jung. He was very spiritual as well, highly spiritual. And you can check out those articles on in5d.com. Just type in Jung with a J, Jung, and check them out. Got lots of great quotes on there too. Hi, Veronica. Yours and Allie's good vibes prayers have worked. All right. Thank you. I've been feeling better and starting to get back to doing things I've neglected. That rocks. We love hearing that. Thank you. And thank you, Veronica, for your purchase on our In5D Etsy shop. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link in the chat. But thank you. And we're ecstatic that it's helping so many people, you know. Okay, so Allie's going to be coming in like 5 minutes, so I got to sign off and then sign back in. I hope to see you all back here in YouTube in about 5 minutes. All right, so thank you for joining me this evening. Much love to everyone. If you're watching on the recorded version, leave your comments below, and hopefully I'll see you all in about 10 minutes. Till the next time, peace.